Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to another video. Please subscribe below to my channel where all I want to do is help out agents and make them the best agent they can possibly be. Today, we're going to chat with Mr. Nate Sloan. Nate Sloan has been with us for a couple months now, I believe, and he has some questions. It looks like he has some, he's struggling a little bit with closing and getting in the home after an appointment was made. So we're going to give him a call and see how we can assist him. 1 second. So let's just see how we, gonna get him on the phone right now. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, what I love to do is help agents succeed in this business.
Hello?
Hey, Nate.
You.
What's up, brother? What's going on? This is Haas, man.
Hey, Haas, my man. Just cleaning off my car right now.
Oh,
what's
wow.
going on?
Hey, man, wanted to give you a quick call. Wanted to have a quick 10-minute call with you. I know you said, I did get your text message. You said you were having issues closing and getting in the home. Talk to me about this for a second. What's your struggles with it?
What you probably don't know. I know with me, when I first joined, like I was on like a, kind of just started my business. So I had walked away from like corporate job. I was making like 60 a year, just to, say fuck it. I don't like working for other people. So, I might have dumped into it a little early. So I had started and, things kind of didn't go as planned, traveled hours and stuff like that. Really didn't get nothing. So I did fall off, I fell off. So I've gotten a little farther, little back, I've written somebody finally.
Okay.
Had a few appointments. I know some of the appointments that I had were with other representatives, other, people, other Lincoln agents. So I know the ones that I did get into the home, things like that, they're just like, hey, I kind of have Lincoln, or other ones are just like, I'm not ready, talk to me about blah, blah, blah. And, I've kind of done the, what's never going to be as young as you are today, kind of to fight that opposition, things like that. I have, tried to fight the opposition,
Okay. Now, what is it specifically about closing that you're struggling with? Now, when it comes to closing, I'm assuming you get all the way to the end of your presentation, and for some reason,
I think you're right. It's the presentation. I think my phone's skipping out, so I feel like I heard you and I didn't hear you.
Okay, what is it specifically about closing that you're struggling with? Are you confident at the end of your presentation that you're going to get a check?
No.
Okay. Where do you think you get your check? At what point of the presentation?
I think you probably get the check when it comes to, I feel like after you relay the information, once you have it relate to them somehow, once you have it hit home, I feel like that's the point where you get the check. And at that point, I feel like maybe I'm not relating to them, strong enough. Maybe my message isn't coming off strong enough. Maybe my presentation isn't.
Okay, well, to me, it sounds like you know what your issues are. You get your check, not at the end, okay? Mentally and subconsciously, you should have already felt like you helped the client during your warm-up process, during your fact-finding, during the times when you're exploiting the need of the client. Before you tell the client about Lincoln Heritage, you need to have a good understanding as to why you're there. Okay? How is it that you can help the client? When you ask a client, why did you send in this card? And they ask you the question, or why did you call? And they're answering your question. Are you exploiting that answer? Because that's where you're going to be getting your check. This is where you're helping the client. Before you give them numbers, before you tell them what you're going to help them with, you have to explain to them how you're going to help them after you've exploited each individual need, whether it is that they have coverage or they don't have enough coverage or they don't have any funeral planning in place. Whatever the case may be, that need needs to be explored, and you and the client needs to be on the same page about how is it that you're going to help them out today. And one of the questions I like to ask after I've exploited every need is there anything outside of the price that's going to stop me from helping you today? If they say no, and you feel confident about your exploiting process, there's no reason why you shouldn't walk out of that house with a check. Before you open up that wood grain brochure and start talking about the 24-hour payout, the Funeral Consumer Guardian Society, you should already feel confident that you're going to get a check from that client, so that when you ask for a check, you let them know, well, listen, well, just go grab your checkbook and write a check out to Lincoln Heritage for $92.82. And while you're doing that, I'm going to finish your paperwork. That should flow at that point. You shouldn't feel any anxiety. You shouldn't feel any type of, don't call on no rebuttals coming at that point mentally. Because if you think it's going to happen. Because our clients are reading your energy. If you're there to help them and not sell them anything, there's no reason why you should have a problem closing. Absolutely no reason. Because they let you in their house. They allowed you to sit at their table, right? So if you've gotten that far, the rest is up to you. And if you're having a problem closing at that point, the issue is you and not the client. Wouldn't you agree with that? Nate?
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
I guess you were on mute.
Oh, no, I can hear you. I was saying, yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
Right.
But I feel like, definitely that scenario, yes. I've had that scenario where I felt like it was me. I've already started to doubt myself. Like one of the times I was with somebody else, I was just like, all right, some of these people have LinkedIn, some don't, but I just feel like they're not feeling the same, kind of wave I'm trying to get off. So like the other times that I've pretty much done it, it hasn't been where it's been like a call, what did you send this card in for? The other times it has been leads, and say for instance, I went out to see them. Most of the time when I get out to see them, I don't even door. Most of the time they'll be there, they won't answer the door, or I'll try to rebuttal. Other times that I'm actually in the door, it's usually somebody that already has LinkedIn where they may want to, upgrade their package, or it's a or it's a reference. Most times, like the most recent time, I was with a family, and the lady had invited me out, and went to her house. She had like 4 people there. And we talked, and they completely, the lady was completely like just negative, and I overcame it. She was like, I actually ended up liking you after this. I didn't want to get Lincoln Heritage. She still doesn't, but I was able to talk to her. I have to go like 3 hours away actually this month because she's in a group. She's like a pastor, and their whole church or their whole board needs to have life insurance. So she has it, and because I explained it so well, she was like, I really felt like you were trying to help, explain all the different benefits I can get from it, and the church could benefit from it. And she was like, so come out, and, we'll see if we can, get you 6 people. There's definitely going to be 6 people there, and have you write all 6. And, that sounds good, but the thing is, that means I had to wait till February, and I met them in damn near November. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I'm, 1, getting in front of enough people, and then 2, getting over that anxiety, that, that shit that happens when it's like, yo, I know I'm trying to help you, but I don't feel like you're taking it that way sometimes.
Okay, well, a couple of things I want you to try, okay? I want you to write 2 words not literally on your steering wheel, but when you get a chance, I want you to write 2 words on a piece of paper and stick it somewhere in front of your car. And these 2 words are stress, urgency. Stress, urgency. When you're on the phone setting appointments, and you're in the house doing your warm-up, it's very important to stress urgency. when they give you reasons as to why they sent in the card, I don't have any insurance, that needs to be exploited. That needs to be exposed. And the best way to do it is by stressing the urgency of the fact that I'm here to obliterate this issue that you have, which is the fact that you don't have any insurance. If you stress urgency good enough and you've gotten a check from that client, then that should light a fire in that client to possibly hook you up with referrals a lot sooner.
That's what I'm really looking for. That's why the people that have set appointments out, like far out, where I haven't stressed urgency, I've kept the relationship kind of strong, contacted them just so I can still have that networking and possibly still get those references.
Okay.
But like you're saying, I need to stress urgency a lot more. I know a lot of times when I first started, I've only been in like 6 months, something like that. But when I first started, like people were constantly just, hey, how about this date? Well, I've got something this week. Then they cancel on me, push it back. And
okay, well, in a situation like that, I'll tell you what you do. Okay, if you have someone who's buttering around times and stuff like that, cut them off nicely and say, hey, listen, as the field underwriter responsible for this area, my job is to get this information to you as quickly as possible. Now, I'm going to be in your area tomorrow, so I'm just going to drop it off tomorrow at 3 p.m. And if you have any questions, I'll answer those questions then. It shouldn't take but too long, possibly 5 to 7 minutes, unless you have some questions. So I'll see you then.
Okay.
And they're going to say, okay, just like you said, okay. Now, the urgency was just stressed about your time. So you told them when you're available, right? And
yep.
And I'm hoping Nate just felt that urgency, and they're going to make sure that they're there because it's only going to take 5 to 7 minutes because the goal on the phone is to get in front of the client. So if you're not setting your appointments that way, you have to set them that way. Don't ask them when they're available because you're throwing out the urgency. If you're asking them, are you available tomorrow at 3 p.m.? There's no urgency in that statement. But if you say, hey, listen, I'm going to be in your area tomorrow because I'm servicing existing clients. I'm not in the area that often. My job is just to get you the information that you requested. So I'll stop past your house at 3 o'clock. It's not going to take long unless you have questions. So I'll see you at 3 p.m. So I'm telling them when I'm going to see them. That's stressing the urgency that I have to get you this information. And most clients will go right along with you and make sure that they're there. And then once the urgency is stressed there, at that point, you're in the door, and now it's time to stress the urgency as to why they sent in the card. So it's an urgency situation. It's your job to stress the urgency. If you don't take control and keep control and stress the urgency, whether you're on the phone or you're in the house. Now, of course, you do it politely, okay? And of course, you be genuine with it. But if you're stressing the urgency all the way across the board, you're going to keep their attention. And if you're keeping their attention, then you're more likely to help them, and they're more likely to be in tune on the things that you're saying. And of course, be a stronger listener than speaker. Okay, so try out those tips. Try those things out because most of this, you know how to present the Funeral Advantage Plan. Most agents know how to present the Funeral Advantage Plan. But where the check is won or lost is by the things we need to change up mentally. Okay. That's usually where the check is lost. So I'm going to check in with you, or just check in with me after, give it about a week. Okay. And I want you to contact me and let me know how you stressing the urgency has factored into your daily business and how it has helped you. Does that work for you?
That works, yeah. I'm actually supposed to get some leads in And I'm gonna see if I can, like you said, call them and tell them, stress my urgency, tell them when I'm available. Because like you said, like I've only been doing, I've been asking them, are you available on this date? I'll be in the area. Like, I just need to convert to exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and sometimes it's the little tweaks that takes our business to a whole nother level. So I am excited for you, man, and I want to be able to hear good news the next time I talk to you next week, okay?
Yes, sir.
Stay in contact, Nate, and feel free to shoot me a text message here and there every day, letting me know how you're doing, and we can communicate or call. But I really want to know, after a week of you changing up your style by stressing urgency, how this is going to help you out.
Yes, sir. I'm trying. Listen, I'm trying because I want to make this, like, I'm putting myself through school and working. This would be a great way to relieve some of that. So I'll definitely implement it.
Yes, sir, man. Well, kill it out there, man, and keep me posted, bro.
All right, so I appreciate it, brother.
No problem. Be safe out there. All right.
All right, peace.
Peace. Stressing the urgency is big, you know, and a lot of times we don't do it. We don't stress urgency. That's key in this business. If you can stick with helping as a service and stressing the urgency, sky's the limit. Thank y'all for listening in to another rendition of Mr. Graham Kicking Knowledge. Subscribe to my channel below. There's going to be more calls with agents, and there's going to be more tips and tricks out there to help you agents grow. Thank y'all for listening in, and God bless. Peace.